This is an inventory-based business, so you're gonna have to spend money on inventory. I started off with $500. I was doing retail arbitrage, struggling. I was 18-year-old college kid. I had no job, no money, no nothing. You could start with 500. If you want to actually speed up the process and actually start and scale, efficiently, initial investment is $1,000 to $2,000. That's a sweet spot. There's a lot of softwares out there, right? Two softwares that you're gonna buy: SellerAmp and Keepa. SellerAmp is gonna be your profit calculator. Keepa is where we're gonna see if we're gonna actually make our buys or not. I did my first 10K month with just SellerAmp and Keepa. Getting a virtual assistant is super important if you want to scale to those high 5-figure months. I have 2 virtual assistants that I've trained from nothing to product research wizard. They could find product. They could find leads. I'll tell you that. What you're basically going to do is you're going to go to online jobs and you're going to hire a virtual assistant. You're going to post a job and you're going to say, I need a personal assistant. Don't say you want a lead sourcer for Amazon. All right, guys, we're going to be doing a comprehensive breakdown of Amazon business expenses with online arbitrage. So number one thing is the Amazon seller account. To sell on Amazon, there's going to be 2 options: a professional account and an individual account. Okay, if you're serious about starting an Amazon business, pick the professional account. All right, individual account is BS. You pay $1 for every unit sold. So if you sold 40 units in 1 month, it would be the same if you just got a $40 a month for the professional account. Please get a professional account. Individual account, you can't even win by bot. Like, it's a no-brainer. This is not even a question. You're gonna need a professional account. So that's $40. There's a lot of softwares out there, right? 2 softwares that you're gonna buy is SellerAmp and Keepa. SellerAmp is going to be your profit calculator. Automated product sourcing, going to be your profit calculator. Sales data predict product demand, right? That's going to be, your go-to. You need it to reverse source, things of that nature. Keepa is $20 a month too. Keepa is where we're going to see if we're going to actually make our buys or not, right? Keepa has 3 different graphs. It has a buy box. It has a pink line. That's going to be the buy box. Then it has a sales monthly sold. That's usually yellow. And then it has like a green, grayish for the offer count. Being able to read a Keepa chart is super important. If you learn how to read a Keepa chart and you master it, you probably won't lose money with Amazon FBA, right? Keepa is super important. See the historical data analysis to predict the future performance of a product. It can also alert you to track products and stock availability. It's so important for Amazon. Obviously, this is an inventory-based business, so you're gonna have to spend money on inventory. I started off with $500. I was doing retail arbitrage, struggling because, I was 18-year-old college kid. I had no job, no money, no nothing. You could start with 500. If you want to actually speed up the process and actually start and scale, efficiently, initial investment is $1,000 to $2,000. That's a sweet spot. To start buying inventory as an investment, you're gonna want to get 30% ROI, $3 profit. You don't want to go under that when you have low inventory because it's just not gonna make sense for you. But yeah, that's basically right up front. $1,000 to $2,000 is the sweet spot. Totally monthly overhead is gonna be $80 per month with SellerAmp and Keepa. I did my first 10K month with just SellerAmp and Keepa. Don't look at all these ads, always over people trying to sell you a software. This is all you need. Then next, you need a label printer. $60 to $110. Label printer, it's going to be a one-time investment. I know it's annoying, but you're going to need something to print out your 4x6 labels and 2x1 labels for FBA. So that's going to be essential. Next is scaling, right? You're scaling your retail and your online arbitrage business. As your business begins to grow, you're going to have to spend more. Just from a label printer, Keepa, and SellerAmp, you can have a 6-figure business just with that. If you just keep doing them months, keep doing those 10, 20K months. But if you want to scale to the 30, 40, 50, 60, you're going to have to start delegating. Obviously, you're going to have to reinvest everything starting out. That's a no-brainer. 2 of these things is virtual assistant and storage unit. I have 2 virtual assistants that I've trained from nothing to product research wizards. I mean, these guys, they could find product. They could find leads. I'll tell you that. What you're basically going to do is you're going to go to online jobs and you're going to hire a virtual assistant. You're going to post a job and you're going to say, I need a personal assistant. Don't say you want a lead sourcer for Amazon. What a lot of these VAs do from Philippines, they have leads for 4 to 5 different Amazon sellers. So let's just say you hire a virtual assistant for your Amazon business and it's giving you profitable products. He's also giving 2 to 3 to 4 other Amazon sellers your product. So you want to make sure that you're hiring him as a personal assistant. When you're training him, you have to train him like you're training a 5-year-old boy who just got access to his computer, right? You're going to have to go through that learning curve. You're going to have to teach him everything you know. Your VA is only as good as you are. Don't get mad at your VA when he can't find profitable products, but you didn't train him. This is going to be $250 to $400 a month. I pay one of my VAs $2.50, and I pay another one $3.50 because he's been with me for a year and a half now. He's absolutely crushing it. You know, I'm going to give them raises. He's killing it. He's making a doctor's wage. So don't even say I'm underpaying him. He's making a doctor's wage, okay? Getting a virtual assistant is super important if you want to scale to those high 5-figure months. All right, guys, so this is a list of supplies in my Discord. This is free. You know, Discord is going to be in the bio. First supply we have, obviously, box cutter. You could use a knife. I obviously like a box cutter. Makes the job way more easier. Tape gun, just invest in the $16.99. Please save your time. FBA F&SKU labels. You're going to need this when you're shipping out F&SKU labels. You're going to need this. $10 for 1,000. You're going to be sending out 1,000 units of products. $10. This is money. Each unit, you're just going to slap one of these on here after you print it. USPS, free boxes. All these boxes are free. Not USPS. Thermal printer. This is $199. This is a one-time investment. $66. You know, you can go cheap. $89, $59. You know, so there's some good prices out there. Free boxes, USPS. This is 4x6 labels. These are going to be for your FBM, which you're going to be putting on top of it. These are essential. This is $500 for $20. Like, this is money. And then these are going to be poly bags. Poly bags are super important. Let's just say you have 3 products as one unit. So let's just say I have 3 of these, right? Customer is buying a 3-pack. I'm selling this as a 3-pack. What I'm going to do with this remote, I'm grabbing 3 of these, I'm putting it into the poly bag, and I'm slapping my F&SKU label on the poly bag. And then FBA boxes, I get my boxes from Walmart. You can get it from Uline too, but these are pretty money. You probably see a lot of Amazon sellers use these boxes. Another thing is a storage unit or a warehouse. Obviously, when you're starting out, you know, garage, basement, that's going to do. But I mean, if you're FBMing, you know, hundreds of orders every day, or you're prepping out shipments, I know my mom, she kicked me out. She was like, nope, I'm not having any more boxes anymore. Nothing. Get yourself a storage unit or something. Storage unit, it should be a couple $100, right? If you're on the lower end, I'd really recommend that. Warehouse is, you know, if you're really trying to go all in. The thing about the warehouse is that they have 6-month leases, 1-year leases, so they kind of get you in there. So with the storage unit and the warehouse is going to be a little bit more, you know, expensive, but it's going to be totally worth it if you're truly dedicated. If you live in like a big city or, you know, place where land is kind of expensive, like I live in the DMV area. I mean, there's not a lot of like land. Land is super expensive. It's about like $3,000 to $4,000. But if I was in a rural, like in the Midwest, same square feet warehouse would probably be it'll probably be like $1,000 or $700, right? I know some of my boys, they have big warehouses in the middle of butt nowhere. So, but they're in butt nowhere, you know. So there's 2 routes you could do, right? When you're scaling your Amazon business: prep center or warehouse. If you're in my situation, you can't get a warehouse. You know, land is just too, it just doesn't make sense for you, right? And you don't want to be in a warehouse because at the end of the day, you have to be in a warehouse for a couple hours every day. Me, I'm not a warehouse person. I'd rather send it to a prep center, and all I do with the prep center is they're packaging, prepping, and shipping out all your orders for you. But the thing about them, they take $1 to, you know, as high as 1.75 per unit, right? But if you're getting a lot of one product, let's just say you buy 500 units, of something, maybe you could get it down to like 0.75, depending on the prep center, depending on the relationship. Anything over $2 is a scam. You guys need any prep center recommendations, DM me on Instagram. I got you. I'm going to be sending this to all the people in my DMs, everybody that asks me how much money do I have to put into Amazon FBA. It's relatively low cost. You know, it's about $1,000 to $2,000. It's very easy. I would recommend if you want to start, you know, growing and scaling as fast as you can, reinvest all your profits, and yeah, pretty simple. But anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. You know, hope you guys have a full understanding of how much it costs to start an Amazon business, right? A lot of these people tell you need thousands of dollars. That's just not true. The reason I love this, you know, business is because it doesn't take that much money to start. Started with $500, guys. In this new year, 2025, there's no excuses. Let's get to this money. Appreciate you guys so much. Free Discord, so much sauce in there. Like, comment, subscribe, book a call with me.